Here are the Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup. They will scroll across your screen. New Mexico State against Hawaii. These two have met before in high energy matches throughout their WAC experience. New Mexico State is still in the WAC. They're not sure how long they're going to remain in the WAC. There have been overtures from the Big Sky. But for right now, they are in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and they are a WAC member. Hawaii will serve to start it off. Mita Uiato will serve. And we are underway. That is hit long.
That was a bit of an avoidance attack there. They were avoiding the big Hawaii block that was well formed.
Serving again. Overpass. And right there is Vorster. Two nothing Hawaii. Uiato serving again. The ball hit over and in that time by Presley Alexander, number 8.
Not sure why Uiato went away from her first serving target, Alicia Coates, the freshman. Freshmen often have trouble in this arena. Instead, she went to the libero, who's a very good passer, Ziegler.
That ball shanked to the side by Hawaii's Longo. And we are tied at 2.
A rare error from Ali Longo. She's usually very steady, very consistent. She takes a lot of passing room.
Alicia Coates serving again. Tied at 2. Ball put over by Vorster, but wide after a very short, quick set by Uiato.
I like the last 2 serves of Alicia Coates, the freshman. She leads the team in aces so far. She's just that line drive jump float.
That goes over the tape and out. That'll be a point for Hawaii. Watching that one all the way was Nikki Taylor. There you see Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan has been there for 16 years, in his 16th year. Serving Emily Hartong, that's an ace.
So that's
that went out in front of Coates.
That's when they went back to the freshman Coates, trying to pick on it a little bit. I have a feeling she'll be the target for a while.
So Hartong will serve again. She has done everything for this team in the first 3 games. That's dug up by Coates. Outside it goes, and that is blocked. And it is a point for New Mexico. Block went into the antenna.
Nikki Taylor setting up a pretty good block on the outside. She's been pretty steady. Has not been tooled that much in the first 3 matches on that right side. She's been the Rock of Gibraltar out there.
Serving is Ziegler. Stephanie Ziegler for New Mexico State. Near the net by Olivao. And it is in overreach by Hawaii that time. Overreach by Hawaii and a point for New Mexico State. So it is 5-4 in favor of the Aggies. Serving again is Ziegler. Floats it over. Hartong, Uiato. That's a big hit by Olivao. Ball comes over. Manu Olivao with a save. And then getting it over is Emily Hartong. Outside it goes. That time to Nash. Ball is hit by. That ball is hit by Hawaii's Nikki Taylor.
Nikki Taylor just drops her arm a little bit, hits right into the block rather than hitting high hands or going over the block, which she can easily do.
Olivao. That is a block for Hawaii. Went off the block and out. Double blocks again in the corners. Boy, we've seen hundreds of them already on the part of both teams. Not these 2 particular teams, but over the course of the first 3-game tournament. Serving is Longo. Ball comes over. And that is saved by Coates. Outside it goes to Lurch. Hawaii with it. Ball hit over and down by Adolfo.
I'll tell you what was impressive about that play. Hawaii got a free ball there. Hartong took the free ball with her hands right there. And even though New Mexico knows that it's going to the middle, they got 3 blockers up. Adolfo's still too quick. Great shot by Calais.
Longo serving. Chase can't get it. It's an ace. Hawaii leading 7-6 in the very early going, even play on the part of both teams.
See Longo again working on Coates. That time Ziegler tried to sneak over and give her a hand. Ziegler, the senior, a little more veteran there in her experience on the floor.
That's dug up. And then into the block, and the block goes out. So it is 7-7. And both teams, as we said, have played each other very even. Sierra Brown has come into the game, and she will serve for the first time for New Mexico State. Olibao, Uiato, it's blocked back and down. Hawaii just didn't have any energy at all that time. They tried to play patty cake, and New Mexico State wouldn't do it.
New Mexico State employing the 6-2 system. 6 hitters, 2 setters. So Desiree Scott comes in for the small setter in the front row. So she'll be prowling there in the middle.
Desiree Scott credited with the kill. Big hit that time by Nikki Taylor.
I think Nikki Taylor likes her set a little more toward the antenna. Whenever she gets it inside, she tends to hit into the middle of the block. This time she gets a little bit of line. She can swing and hit it.
Sarah Mendoza comes in to serve now for Hawaii. We are tied at 8 in the first set. Ziegler trying to save, can't do it. So that goes as an ace for Mendoza, and Hawaii takes a 1-point lead, 9-8 in the first set. So Mendoza, the newcomer out of Santa Barbara, California, serves it again. They go outside, and that ball is hit over, and that will be returned. That was hit over by Lurch. They go to Lurch again. That's in.
Boy, Lurch with a great vertical. Watch her jump time. She's got hang time like Hartong. Lurch goes up. She can touch 10-4. You see how high she gets up? She can go over any Hawaii block if she times it right.
We are tied at 9. An even match so far. Nash serving. That is wide. So 10-9. Hawaii at double digits first. Here's Manu Olibao serving.
Right away.
Gets it in. The ball dug up by Scott. The ball is then mishandled. There was a lift there. And the point will go to Hawaii. They lead 11-9. New Mexico State 22-11 last year. Big hit. That time, that one was by Desiree Scott.
That time they had a perfect pass and a perfect set. The 31 shot by Desiree Scott is just hammered down. That's tough to defend. Give Sierra Brown a lot of credit for that set.
Diving dig by Mendoza. Step out. And it is in by Adolfo.
Now this is a strategy I think Hawaii needs to employ if they're going to get back into the same sort of rhythm as they had against Texas, and that is work the middles every chance they can, so they'll take some pressure off the outsides, especially Hartong not having to hit so many balls.
Kayla Kawamura comes in. Forster is in that front row along with Hartong. Back set and a great solo block by Emily Hartong.
I'll tell you, Hartong would trade that block for having one of those block stuffs against San Diego last weekend.
Off that hit by Murphy.
This is how she was trying to do it against San Diego and just couldn't get it down. That was picture perfect that time.
Hawaii leading 13-10. Kawamura serves again. Just a little paintbrush shot over on the Hawaii side. Hartung, was it touched? It was not. Oh, now they say what?
Ernie Ho called the touch. It was closest to him. He made the call on his own, even though the lines people did not give him any help on that.
So
he
Hawaii
did see the touch himself right there.
So Hawaii now leading 14-10. Kawamura serving again. Bit of a run. Nash loops it into the special seats. 4 straight points for Hawaii. They lead 15-10.
As the
First set, Hawaii leading 17-10 over New Mexico State. Kawamura serves yet another time. Chased down by Brown. Goes outside to Scott, and she pounds it off the block. Or excuse me, Coates. And she pounds it off the block. (18-10). Good serve. That ball is dug up by Coates and blocked. So right there with the block that time was Forster.
Hawaii already blocking better than they did last Sunday night against San Diego. Good start.
19-10. Hawaii still serving. That ball powered over, but saved by Olivao. However, we have a net violation.
And Jade Forster turns to Dave Shoji, shakes her head and wiggles her finger and says, no, no, I was not the one that net.
Taylor Lavote will serve now for New Mexico State.
We're talking about the 4.0 in chemistry.
Yeah.
She's not going to lie, trust me.
Comes over. That ball dug up by Longo. Outside to Emily Hartung. Chased down by Lavote. That ball comes over, and right there is Olivao. Good solo block. What a save there by Longo. After the hit by Hartung. Big hit comes right to Chris. Chris kind of mishandles it. Could be age, could be didn't see it well.
I thought I handled it pretty well. Here's the good swing by Hartung. Nice cover by Longo, keeping it alive.
So it's 19-12. Serving again is Lavote. Waiting for it. Uiato. And hitting that ball nicely is Hartung.
You may stop Hartung once. You're rarely going to stop her twice in a row.
So Hawaii gets to the plateau. They get to 20. Mendoza goes out.
Those numbers for Hartung, 5 kills a set. That's
amazing.
Like all world.
Serving Uiato. They go to Murphy. That ball dug up by Manu Olivao. Olivao from the middle line. And that will be into the net, scrambling after it. They finally get it over. That was Coates. Ball hit over by Forster. Ill-formed defense that time by New Mexico State. They were befuddled. They didn't know where that ball was going to come from. Forster told them. 21-12. Serving is Uiato. That is out. Ziegler watching it all the way in the back row for New Mexico State.